We talked about it yesterday, how important that game was to win. Because going out there with an Easton Lucas start going up against Luis Castillo, you knew this game was going to be very, very tough. And before Easton Lucas even left the game in the second inning, actually didn't even go 2 innings. No, he went an inning and 2/3. He allowed 6 earned runs, 7 hits, 6 runs, walked a couple. I believe he allowed 3 homers. No, he just allowed 3 runs, 2 homers in the first inning alone. And before the Jays can bat in the bottom half of the second inning, they're down 6-0. It's not good whatsoever. What I will say is that they had chances to come back in this game. And Luis Castillo wasn't sharp. Yeah, he went 5 innings. He allowed 10 hits, 3 runs, walked 2. He wasn't great. And the Jays left him off, just absolutely gave him the here you go, bud. We're just going to help you out and get you along this ball game. Because it was bad. Prime example in the very first inning. Vlad and Bo both get on base. Right? Bo gets on with a rip single up the middle, and we're thinking, all right, here we go. Then Vlad walks on 4 pitches because Luis Castillo is struggling to find the zone. What does Santander do? He sees 4 pitches, 3 of which he swings and misses at. 1 of which was a check swing that was a ball. Luckily, he didn't go around. I mean, last time I checked, as a baseball player my entire life, guy in front of you walks on 4 pitches. You maybe want to take 1? And it said he strikes out. Andres Gimenez has been absolutely pathetic in that cleanup hole. He grounds out. George Springer strikes out. And you get nothing out of that first inning. I get it, you're already down 3-0, but you had a chance, 2 on, nobody out, to maybe get something on the board. We obviously know what happened at the top of the second inning. It wasn't any good. We go to the bottom half of the second. It starts with an Addison Barger double. Will Wagner, single. Runners in the corners. Tyler Heineman, it's a chopper up the middle, goes off the glove of Luis Castillo. Everybody's safe. A run scores. It's 6-1, but you still got 2-1 and nobody out here. Then Nathan Lucas rips one up the middle. Problem is, there was a guy there. But they get 1 out, but nothing more. Runners in the corners, only 1 out. Bo singles to left field. In comes Will Wagner. It's 6-2. Then Vladdy absolutely torches one to left field for a base hit. Problem is, Lucas can't score in the play. It's still 6-2. But the bases are loaded now with 1 out for Anthony Santander again, and he strikes out. Andres Gimenez flies out. That's all you get. Now, yes, they got 2 in the inning. I get it. But you had a chance there with him on the ropes, with your 3-4 hitters in the lineup, to get something done, and you don't. And it comes back to haunt you as the game goes along, because in the very next inning, in the 3rd, George Springer doubles to left center field. Barger walks. You got 2-1, nobody out. Will Wagner, fly out. But then Tyler Heineman hits an infield single. Kind of. It was kind of bobbled by the shortstop. We wanted to throw to second, didn't. And when he threw it to first, it wasn't in time. But the bases are now loaded with 1 out. Nathan Lucas sack fly, great. But then Bo grounds out to first, and that's all you get. So you had back-to-back innings of bases loaded 1 out situations, and all you get out of all of that is a sack fly and 1 run. You're just asking to lose. We talked about it in extra innings, in the later innings yesterday, and it's happening here early on. You're down 6-0. You need to get some runs across. And yeah, that made it 6-3. It's only the 3rd inning. But then again, let's go to the 4th inning. Vladdy, leadoff double. Next 3 guys get out. He doesn't even move off of second base. Let's go to the 5th inning even. Barger strikes out. Will Wagner grounds out. But then Heineman doubles. So we got 2nd and 2 out. Can't bring him home. Every opportunity the Blue Jays had with guys in scoring position. You look at the runners in scoring position numbers. They had like 4 or 5 hits. Problem is, they were singles that couldn't score guys for the most part, or infield singles. The Jays had 11 hits. They scored 3 runs. They had 1 more hit. They scored 5 more runs. You know why? The home run ball. Dylan Moore, Cal Raleigh, go deep. And of course, in the top half of the 7th inning, to really put the game out of reach, Rowdy Tellez with his 3rd homer in his 3rd game against the Blue Jays off of Dylan Tate. 2-run shot makes it 8-3, and it's curtains. I'm going to tell you guys this, though. This Blue Jays offense is not going to be an offense to hit home runs. Okay? They're just not going to be that team. Don't just say, whoa, we need these guys, we need to start, we're 29th in homers. That may not change. We need them to change we need that to change a little bit if this team wants to do anything this year. Bo and Vlad combined for 1 home run this season. They're getting a lot of hits, and it's great. But when your lineup isn't long, you got to do damage. And singles all over the place, and Santander, boy, he had a rough day. 0 for 5, 2 strikeouts, had 8 runners left on base when he was there. It was just an awful day for him. A bunch of 1-1s the rest of the way. Barger 1 for 2 with a run scored and a walk. Also almost collided with Andres Gimenez in the outfield. Just no shot. Barger, you got to leave that alone. 11 hits, 7 strikeouts for the Jays. Walked 4 times. There is basically one positive from today's game, and that is Paxton Schultz, who made his big league debut today at 27 years old out of the bullpen after Easton Lucas went an inning and 2/3, allowed 7 hits, 6 runs, all of which were earned, 5 strikeouts, walked 2, and allowed 2 bombs. The Easton Lucas experiment's over. Could we just stop it? We talked about Jacob Barnes yesterday getting DFA'd. He got DFA'd today. Easton Lucas, wouldn't be opposed to him going down to Buffalo because no thanks. Paxton Schultz might be getting his Easton Lucas treatment right now, but 4 1/3, 2 hits allowed, 8 punch-outs, and didn't walk anybody. Ties an MLB record for strikeouts by a reliever in their debut, which obviously, relievers in debuts usually is a 1-inning type thing, right? So you don't usually see 8 punch-outs, but who cares? He tied that record, and he was awesome. He kept the Jays in the ball game, right? When it was 6-0, and they started chipping away, going 6-2 and 6-3, and he's throwing up zeros, gave your team a chance. Problem is your offense stinks, so it doesn't do anything for you. But he did an amazing job. So shout out to Paxton Schultz in his big league debut, just putting the work in. I see on the bench after his outing, he's getting lots of love from the fellas, and absolutely, he was awesome. You love that from a guy who's 27 years old. And Jays fans, you remember how we got that guy? You probably don't, unless you've seen it on Twitter or heard on the broadcast. Derek Fisher, remember that name? Boy, I would like to forget it. That was a trade. We sent the guy packing, and we got Paxton Schultz. That didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it did. So I guess it's already a win-win for the Blue Jays in that sense. Dylan Tate, no bueno. Inning and a third, 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 strikeouts, but allowed a bomb. And Mason Flaherty, again, very low leverage, obviously, but an inning and 2/3 of no base runners and a couple strikeouts, so not a bad time out there for him. But overall, it's the Jays offense. It was a talking point going into the year. We're a month into the season pretty much, and it's the talking point again. And it's not even the home run. It's the clutch hit, right? Bases loaded, 1 out, or bases loaded 2 out, hitting a gapper and scoring 3. Can we have one of those? Or hell, even a base hit to score 2. Not an infield single to score 1 and move everybody up and then a sac fly. It's like, I get it. Small ball. I understand it. But you need to do damage. Why'd you lose today? Damage. Why'd you lose yesterday? Damage. Look, you're 12-10, so it's not a horrific record by any means. But is this way of playing ball sustainable? They were about this record last year, this time of year. So we'll see how it goes moving forward. But it's not going to get any easier for the Blue Jays as they now hit the road to take on the Houston Astros tomorrow night in Houston. They're playing better ball. They've won a couple games in a row. You're facing off against Hunter Brown tomorrow night. It's an 8-10 first pitch in Houston, Texas. He's been outstanding for them. Kevin Gausman, who's been great for the Jays, he goes in that game tomorrow night. Game 2, Ronald Blanco, who's been horrific to start the year, but if I'm not mistaken, didn't he throw a no-no against the Blue Jays? I could be wrong, but I think that's right. Chris Batsett's on the mound for the boys, so I guess you got a chance there. And Bowden Francis versus Ryan Gusto, who's been amazing for the Astros, as per usual, just grabbing guys and putting them in, and it seems to be working for them. Find a way to win 2 or 3. That's all I got to say. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and not the game, because who the hell would? Hit that like button. I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What you like, what you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays. Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and of course, TikTok is down below as well. So follow up there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys. Leafs edition. Tonight, Game 1, Battle of Ontario, Leafs Sens. Can't wait. God, let's get this thing going. We're about 2 hours from puck drop. Can't freaking wait. Blue Jays wise, I know it takes a backseat to the Leafs right now, but Kevin Gausman, Hunter Brown's a pitching matchup tomorrow night in Game 1 of this 3-game series in Houston at 8-10. Find a way to do a job, win a ball game, and hell, how about a clutch hit? Would be nice. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and not the game today. Talk to you guys then.